Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you might be watching. I'd like to demonstrate and talk about the way Excel handles its guess at the number of cells that we wish to handle in statistical functions such as sum, average, count, maximum and minimum. So what I'm going to do is to click here in this cell because I want to add these numbers above, and when I choose the formulas tab and then in the auto sum button I see a little drop arrow below the auto sum which I'll click, and there are the commonly used statistical functions available to me in Excel. I'm going to use the sum function, and what Excel does, it looks for two or more cells that it can add, and it surrounds its guess by a scrolling marquee. Some people call them marching ants. So it's guessed correctly, so I'll simply press enter and there is my answer, 24,130. Now I want to find the average sale, so I'll click the drop arrow again and choose average. But this time it's guessed incorrectly because it stops when it finds a blank cell or text. So what I need to do is to override its guess by dragging down through the through the cells rather, dragging down through the cells that I want to include in my formula. And when I press enter, there is the average sale. Don't worry about the extra decimals at this point, I can soon take those off. But what about the number of sales? If I click on the drop arrow again, I want to count the number of cells that have numbers in them. So when I click count numbers, again it is guessed incorrectly. So I need to override its guess by dragging down through the cells that I do want to include in my formula. Again I press enter and I see that there are 6 cells that have numbers in them. What about the highest sale? This is the max. So I go down to max, override its guess, drag down through those cells, press enter, and there is the highest number in that group of cells. Lowest sale, that uses min, or the minimum, the lowest number in the group. It's missed its guess again, so I override its guess and press enter. There is the lowest sale in that group of numbers. Now what I can do is to simply select those cells and use the autofill button and bring them all across at the one time. So that is how Excel's guess at numbers can be overridden. One more, up here, I want the total sales for this group for Mary Brown for the week. So what I'm going to do is to click the sum button, and this time, because there are no numbers in cells above, it looks to the left. So it's guessed correctly, no problem. Now I can simply autofill that down there like that and copy the formulas down, and there are my answers. What about the average sales? When I click on the drop arrow here and click average, it is guessed incorrectly again because it can't find more than one cell before it hits an empty cell to include in the formula. So I simply drag across there, press the enter key, and there is my answer for the average sales. And again I can simply autofill those down. So what has happened there is that Excel has guessed incorrectly in a number of cases, and I simply need to override its guess by selecting the cells involved. Let's get rid of these extra decimal points here. I'm going to go up into the Home tab, and I'm going to decrease the decimals up here, and we'll just get back to maybe no decimals at all. So there we go. Don't forget to subscribe. There are lots of other Excel hints, tips and tricks on my channel, and love to have you as a subscriber. And we also happen, of course, to like likes and comments. See you next time. Thanks for watching.